So the first yoga was the yoga of sound, or Laya yoga. And then there were three. There was Laya and Tantric and Kundalini. And then there was 9. And now there's 22 major forms. And there's new ones coming up all the time. So combining different things, and giving it their own style. But it all had a source in sound. So today we're going to talk about the evolution of consciousness, because does everybody know what today is?
It's the last day of the Mayan calendar.
It's the last day of the Mayan calendar. Wow. What does that mean?
It's a new portal.
Yeah, let's say 60 degrees. Tall through the spine. Chin is slightly in so that our spine is straight and the energies can run. Now we're going to do breath of fire. It's just going to be focusing on the exhale. And the inhale will take care of itself. Focusing at the third eye center, in between the brow point, about a ½ inch up, ½ inch in. We're getting rid of all of the stale air in the body. And we're oxygenating the 100 trillion cells. We're balancing the hemispheres of the brain. We're cleansing the blood. There's a huge laundry list of benefits. Now keep this going and focus on the navel center, which is about 2 to 3 fingers below the belly button. And focus on pumping that as you exhale. "15 seconds. You guys are doing great. Keep your mouth closed. And inhale. Thumb tips together. Stretch up through your spine, up through your thumb tips. And exhale around. Good. Awesome. So let's just start to do a gentle little neck roll. Just relax your head. Relax your face. Relax your tongue. Relax the back of your throat. Relax your chin. Exhaling as the head moves forward. Inhaling as the head goes back and around. Relax the entire face, the entire head. And let's go the other direction. Inhaling as the head goes back, and gently exhaling as the head goes forward. We're just releasing all the tension in the cranium, skull. There's a lot of little bones here, so just be gentle with yourself. And come to center with your head. So let's just start to bring the shoulder up and back. Inhaling as we come up. Exhaling back, and we're going to go to the other side. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Eyes are still closed. Looking up a ½ inch, put the eyes closed, a ½ inch in. This actually stimulates the pituitary gland, the master gland. There's an optic nerve that is being stretched. So this is why this is often the drishti for most of the meditations. And let's go the other way with the arms. Exhaling as the shoulder goes forward, inhaling back and around. And then alternating. Just gentle little movements. It's not anything too physical. We're just loosening up a little bit before we start. And come to center. And let's just do a little Sufi grind, as it's called. Just warming up the spine. Just go to the right. You can kind of round your back as you go backward, and then as you come forward, just bend forward a little bit. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. So we're also moving the cerebrospinal fluid. This is the circulatory system of the central nervous system. And let's go the other direction. So it's getting rid of waste products and giving the nutrients that the central nervous system needs. And let's come to center. Good. Yeah, let's say. Well, the evolution of consciousness was mapped out by the Mayans in 9 ways. So a lot of their 9-step pyramids were built that way because that was supposed to symbolize the 9 gods. And so the stela in Cobá in the Yucatan, where the whole Mayan calendar was deciphered from, basically just talked about the 9 gods coming together. 9 ways of evolution coming together, all of them today. Not just the final 9th wave, because none of the 9 waves ended until right now. They're not even done yet. It's happening as we speak. Right? So, what's going to happen from here on out? Right? Well, there's a couple of different things that can happen. It can just stay at this completion level, because the Mayan didn't believe that it was just the Earth that was going through this evolution. This little planet, on the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy, and just this one planet was going. No, and not just the Milky Way galaxy. They believed the whole universe was going through this. It's something that is a cycle that just happens. It's a completion, and it's come to now. So we could say that maybe from this level, it's going to stay at this height. Because the Mayan also talked about after you get through the 9 steps of the pyramid, then you build everything on the top from there. There's Zolkeen calendars, which is based on the biorhythms of the human gestation period. So it's 260 days. And every day has a different energy. So that's still going on. The Tune calendar is the long one. And that's the one that's coming to a close in a few hours. So,
what time?
Well, I would just say like midnight. Here, and then 11 o'clock, further east, and because as soon as it's the 29th, then the Tracina starts over, and tomorrow is 1 crocodile with the Zolkeen. And the Mayan believe that, like other cultures believe that the earth rides on the back of a turtle. And that nurtures us, and gives us love, and makes sure, we have what we have. The Mayan believed it was a crocodile that we rode, the planet, rode on. And it made sure that all of our needs were taken care of. And today is 13 Ahau. And so I'll talk a little bit about that in a second, but it's the day of the ancestors. So this is a great time for us to thank our ancestors for everything that they've done, coming before us, that's led us to be where we're at. And so tomorrow being Crocodile 1, a time of new beginnings, it's a good time for that next 13 days for us to be in nature a lot. So one of the discrepancies about the whole Mayan calendar ending on October 28th, 2011, as opposed to December 21st, 2012, is the Mayan didn't really care about floating balls in space as much. Those are more like physical markers, as opposed to energy markers. Right? So the galactic alignment was more like, oh, okay, yeah, right around that time is when this calendar is going to be ending. But they're very precise. And so they're going to end on a 13 Ahau. They're not going to end on anything but that. And so it had to be at this time, October 28, 2011, according to some people. Now the Vedic texts, and my teacher said 2011, November 11th, so 11/11/11. And in fact, one of the things that I think I told some of you But 3 or 4 years ago, I was at an estate sale, and I found some old Aquarian magazines from the 3HO Kundalini organization. And inside of one of those magazines that I bought was this little pamphlet that Yogi Bhajan had wrote in 1976. And it said, in 2011, so this is way back, before Jose Arguelles, before Terence McKenna, before John Major Jenkins, before any of the hoopla. He was like, in 2011. And so, but there's a little discrepancy with that too, which is interesting, because he really felt the subtle realms. Because everything happens in the etheric first, before it happens on the physical plane. Do you guys kind of vibe with that? So in 1991, he's like, oh, okay, it just happened on the subtle level. And in 20 years, he actually said 21 years, on November 11th, 2011, that's when the Aquarian age, the shift is going to be complete. Because he didn't talk about a prophecy of the end of consciousness. He was more about this is the time going away from the Piscean age into the Aquarian age, which is also what Edgar Casey talked about. He didn't talk about an end time or anything. He was like, yeah, we're going to come to a new age, and it's going to be a new time. And a lot of people, a lot of cultures talk about a golden age that's coming. Right? So, but also Yogi Bhajan, and I'm going to actually give you, because it said in 2011, there's going to be a lot of catastrophe. There's going to be a lot of earth changes. It's been untold. I mean, unparalleled seismic activity and upheaval on the earth as of recent, right? And so he said, you know, inside are the 5 meditations that you need for this time. All right, so I'm going to give everybody a copy of that. And the 5th one is called, when nothing else works, this meditation does. It's like, what am I going to do? Oh yeah, what was that one called? Right. Do this, right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to tune in with a mantra. So this mantra tunes us in with all of the masters throughout all times. Right? Let's bring our hands together. It's just a few words. Om, so it's O-N-G. Om, and we resonate it in the brain. They say it's a word that cannot be spoken and cannot be written. It can only be sounded. So we're actually going straight to the hypothalamus. Om. My mouth is open, but no sound is coming out. Om. And then Namo. And then Guru. So it's like Guru, but you say it with a D sound. Guru, so your tongue hits the roof of your mouth. Guru. Dev. Namo. Okay, so we're going to do this 3 times. We're going to have our shoulders back, hands together, 5 pounds of pressure. Bring the hands against the sternum, chin is slightly in to keep the spine tall. Let's all take a big inhale through the nose. And exhale. And let's inhale. Om.